say so is that I don't think tourism is necessarily about going to a place. And I also don't think that I go more with Leo's second point, not the first point. The second point that there must be a trigger that will make you a bait that will make you come. Now, David, I've always told you that I want to go to South Africa and go to Soweto. I've always told you that, right? Why do I want to go to Soweto? Because of Nelson Mandela. Okay? So, South Africa, some may call South Africa. What am I have nothing to do with South Africa. But it's because of their national and Africa's icon, Nelson Mandela. Because of the movie I saw, Sarafina, and how Soweto was pivotal to the apartheid abolishment. Anytime I have the opportunity to go there, I want to go to what? Soweto. So that brings me to the point that
can I just chip in something there?
Yes, please.
I'm happy when you say you want to go to South Africa because of Mandela.
Yeah.
Everybody has an interest that would propel him or her to say, I'm going to a place.
Yeah.
Yours has to do with Mandela.
Yeah.
Somebody's could be sex.
Yeah.
Somebody's could be any other thing.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, are we identifying these things?
Yeah, David, I'll come there.
Harnessing them?
Yeah, David, I'll come there. So my point is that the South African people have also noticed that because of the movie Sarafina, the interest in South Africa, they have deliberately developed Soweto to make it a tourism destination where people can come and have a lot of things and want to come back. So I've spoken about 3 things here.
So which means
it may not necessarily a place.
Mm-hmm.
It may be from a story about a figure, where the person comes from, mm-hmm. where the person grew up, where the person lived, where the center stage of something monumental happened.
Like Kwame Nkrumah, for example.
The hometown in Nkrofo.
Like Kwame Nkrumah, for example.
David, Kwame Nkrumah was Africa's man of the millennium by the BBC. In Nkrofo, the last time Kojo, you know Kojo Johnson does this tourism thing on Joy Prime.
Another sad bit is Konfanoche.
David, so
Konfanoche is so big in the Ashanti region.
We can have a way. Another way, David. When the last time we engaged, when I was driving back, I was thinking VIP drivers. Because I saw the video of Yesu there, 1 year celebration of the wife. And I was just looking at the man, I was watching the video, and an idea came. David, VIP drivers can contribute to the topic you are discussing. Why? Professor K.K. Dakwa tells us the distance from Accra to Kumasi is 270 kilometers. David, what movie are we telling them? Are we watching in the bus? What music are they listening? Who is on the bus telling them stories along the way? 275 kilometers, almost 5 hours in a bus.
Mm-hmm. So the journey will not even be boring.
Who is whetting the appetite? David, kids are listening. But when you are with a lady in a room, something happens before the final thing happens. Who is doing that thing?
Nothing.
Who is cuddling? Who is kissing? Who is having that good conversation? So VIP drivers, we need to train them to be the focal point. David, there was this company, I think your good friend started it, Imperial something, the bus that goes directly to the airport and brings people to Kumasi. The 2M
Express.
Ochem. Those drivers, what do they know about Ashanti region? Do they even understand the story? Because David, I went to Lagos something. A small boy came just about 10 years. I didn't know can say maniska. Because what I've read, what I've been educated, and what the guy was telling me, they were contradictory.
And
exactly.
So David, tell you
anytime I fly, I tell you this: I will go to the airport, and there's nothing. Like,
for the benefit of our listeners, we're doing this or having this conversation because we're sitting on gold.
Of course.
But we're not tapping into the potential. And so we'll go to the IMF and look for a bailout. Meanwhile, even when we go for the bailout and we invest...
2019.
Let me just
return. I'm adding to the IMF. The 2019 alone, the official data that the minister presented. Year of return, 2019, generated 3.3 billion.
2019.
Yeah.
What was the billion again? 3.3.
3.3 billion.
And yet, if we plan
Dollars, by the way.
if we plan effectively,
Yeah.
how much money won't we make?
So it tells
this
you that.
country.
So it tells you that. David, if you bring the mass part, the IMF thing is 3 years, right?
Yeah.
600 for 3 years.
Yeah.
So if 3.3, let's even average it 3, and able to sustain the momentum since 2019 to date, it was 6 years. That's 18 billion. 18 billion. When you average the dollar to say even about 10, right? That is about Ghana's entire revenue collected for a year, just from one sector. And David, in fact, the key word for me in how to get Kumasi is deliberateness. Because I've told you, Leo and yourself as established, you have the places. David mentioned the Bobri, the Bongre, the Wabe, and all that, the Lake Bosomchin, and all that. We also have the personalities. David, someone wants to know, didn't Nelson Mandela went to Seychelles? Prempeh the first also went to Seychelles.
Yeah.
So even David, how we even couch the stories. David, if you want to say something, it's AI. AI and information you can accurate.
So you know what? You talk about AI, you talk about things.
Yeah.
You mentioned stories.
Yeah.
You know one story that has baffled me all my life when I got to Kumasi?
Yeah.
That there was a certain gentleman called Okofanochi. And then Okofanochi dropped a sword. The sword got to the ground. And then we are told, I don't know whether it's true, but we are told in stories that people have tried to bring bulldozers to pull out the sword. People have not been able to pull out the sword. People have tried to. So if that story is something, whether a myth or it's a reality, what have we even done with that story? Because believe you me, there are several people out there, if they hear about this story of a sword, that people have even tried to pull it out with bulldozers or cranes or whatever, unsuccessfully. Leo, wouldn't you want to come and see that sword?
Dave.
So what do we do to that place that would attract people? You pay, you go and watch it, and you even attempt to pull out the sword.
Yeah.
And the man himself, Dr. Fanochi himself, we are told that there's this, when you go to K University, their botanical gardens.
Yeah. There's footprints.
The footprints there. The man stepped on some stones. So according to history, stepped on some stones. His footprints are still engraved on the stones. It is there. So develop the place. And then once that the Kese Festival is going on, you have a calendar of a sort where the tourists will come. We have a very good place where they can sleep. But the people will come, it will boost what they call that thing, the hotel industry. And then people go to this place to go and check out the sword, check out the footprint of Akofanochi. Oh, Charlie.
You know about this picture, right?
Yeah.
The sword in the stone. We've all heard about Merlin before. Even there was the
movie Merlin.
The series Merlin. Merlin is a figure in the British, folklore. He was a wizard who kind of helped to establish the British monarchy as we know today. We've also heard about King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. So before King Arthur became king, he was destined to pull a sword out of a stone. And then, when he was able to, because nobody was able to
whoever is able to pull it out will be the king.
You see? I know you're meant to.
But it's a movie and it's one of the best-selling.
Best-selling.
Yeah.
Books, movies, cartoons, everywhere. Yeah, ours is life.
Real.
It's there right now as we are talking. You can see it and touch it.
So I ask myself, the Ghana
They are making millions out of it.
Tourism Authority, what are they really doing?
No, they are doing something.
We have a whole ministry. No, when I say what are they doing,
they are doing something.
Is it hitting what we're looking for?
No, they are doing something, but there's not a proper decentralization of what they are doing. So when you disaggregate the data of the 3.3 billion I gave you for 2019 year of 10, Ashanti Region's contribution will not be more than 20%. It is Accra and Cape Coast. So if Accra and Cape Coast largely is giving you 3.3, imagine you tap into the others of the other regions. You can go 6, you can go 5. Why am I saying so? Because David, you see, the last